Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back with another video, and today we're going to be watching the final portion of this random breath testing video. Really have loved the first two parts of this, so I'm excited to see how they wrap everything up and how some of these perpetrators are dealt with, as they are perpetrators, you know. Can't be drinking and driving, bro. Here, as you see, we got a little ad here. I enjoyed watching or kind of skimming through the ads as I got to where we were in this video. You guys got some funny ads in Australia. That would make for, ooh, there's an idea right there. Australian advertisements. Anyways, hit the like button, guys. Hit subscribe. And let's finish this thing up.
Alright, so you provided a positive result. What we need to do, we need to take it down to the police station to do another test. Just jump out of the car for me.
North of Adelaide, after downing a few knockoffs, painter and decorator Tony blew mid-range roadside.
Just put what your seatbelt on.
Tony says he only had a few drinks, but that's after a long day on the tools.
Did you have dinner?
No, I haven't eaten since smoking.
It's 10 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a sausage roll.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help, mate. You need to get a bit of food and it helps keep the alcohol level down.
All right. So it's got to be a late night tonight, was it?
I only popped in and then caught up with a mate of mine who works in the drive-through. And
So Sunday off tomorrow then?
yeah, I did. I've been working for like about 3 months, and see, the idea is to be a painter actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so shit, I didn't even finish year 11. Straight into the building industry.
Yeah, painting, I think it's, I tried to do a few rooms, but still, when you lay down, you could see the stuff up you do.
Yeah.
It turns out this is not the first time Tony's been in this situation.
When you got down last time, did you lose license or was it low reading, was it? Or?
Yeah, no, it was high reading.
high reading?
Yeah.
Or did you manage not without a license?
It was very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty well much the start of the end, so yeah.
That last offence was over 5 years ago, and it had a profound effect on Tony's personal life.
I'll go and find the room, just stay in the car for a second.
Sure.
So you just had a bit of a bust up with your missus, have you?
It's been about 12 months now.
Yeah, I remember when I did mine, that wasn't too much fun.
It all gets down to the communication of it all, you know? It's like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's just...
I suppose you haven't got everything all settled then, yeah?
No.
No.
Left it with the house and everything.
Hey?
Left with the house and everything.
Damn, bro, this is getting sad.
You know the story, mate. You would have heard it a million times.
You just got to try and continue on.
I reckon it's harder now than when I was in my 20s.
Tony may be down, but he's not out.
All right,
And he doesn't want history to repeat itself.
just come this way, sir. Just that chair there. All right, now directly take a deep breath. Just blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop. Thank you.
Tony's licence is his lifeline. To lose it again could mean he's back to square one. After celebrating at an afternoon party, a 37-year-old driver decided to take his car off the street.
It presents a really interesting crossroad. Like, you feel for the guy because, you know, you don't want him to lose his license and his access to work, and that it does really mess up your life, I can imagine. But at the same time, you made an effort to start that car and get in there. Like, I feel for them. It's a weird feeling. You're very empathetic towards them, but at the same time, you're like, hold on. And that's probably even harder for the police officers because they have to go through this a million times. It's the same type of people, same stories. Like, that's what he was saying in the back seat. Because, you know, they're having that nice little conversation and all friendly and stuff. But at the end of the day, they all know what's about to happen. Like, they didn't show us the reading yet, but we can take a guess. Let's see though.
Request an ambulance?
The trouble is, he took out a telegraph pole and sideswiped 2 cars in the process.
Right.
What was that?
Yeah, and I just did a massive bang something
And then
outside.
someone pounded on the door.
There's little doubt that this driver's had quite a few drinks.
Take a deep breath and blow, blow.
He won't blow though.
Blow, 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 blow. Excellent, thank you.
and his alcohol reading should indicate how affected he may be.
At this point in time, you are over the limit, okay?
.218. That's more than 4 times the legal limit.
It is a very, very
0.2?
high result, borderline to the point you're looking at medical assessment. So he has all the hallmarks of being DUI, but it's just too difficult to say that those faculty impairments are a result of the alcohol and not as a result of the collision.
Police decide to take him to hospital for his secondary blood test.
He just minor collision, but when we first turned up, he's got a very, very high reading on the alco.
Have you banged your head?
Yeah.
Take the seatbelt off.
Oh, yeah, okay. This way, mate, this way.
If it's an accident and you're sober, well then fair enough, but if you're drunk and driving around like an idiot, well then, yeah, it's not acceptable.
Wow, we're a little bit drunk.
It's ridiculous. He shouldn't have been behind the wheel. Yes, it was an accident this one time, but who's to say it wouldn't happen again?
Exactly.
The driver's now in safe hands and can recover in hospital. In the southern suburbs, police pulled over 21-year-old Isaac for a mobile drug test.
You done any drugs today? Methamphetamines, cannabis, or MDMA, which is ecstasy?
I did done something on the weekend.
Okay, what was that?
Bit of MDMA.
Yep, just hang tight for us, and I'll be back within a minute, okay?
Admitting to a big night,
He's had some MDMA on the weekend.
It is the weekend.
Isaac hopes any trace of the drug is long gone.
Looks like we were doing a
Oral fluid analysis. Okay, Isaac. Not good news, mate. Yeah, it's come up positive to methamphetamine, all right, the methamphetamine also is MDMA, which is ecstasy. All right, what are you going to do? Jump out. We're going to do the test here.
Just jump in here, mate. Have a seat. You don't need a seatbelt.
When was the last time you used either methamphetamines or MDMA?
We've been probably 2-3 days ago.
In the meantime, thrill seeker Isaac caught a danger of a different kind.
Shark fishing last night.
When did you get in?
Oh, mate, I went out kayak, put some chain oil out.
Kayak,
yeah.
Shark fishing.
Yeah.
Were you the bait?
Yeah, pretty much, you know, the lure. Yeah, it was out about 250 metres. I felt the kayak sort of sway a bit. I was just like, so I do it for a bit of adrenaline rush, you know? Yeah. 15 minutes later, mate's rod snaps the PVC pipe that he had holding the rod up and took the rod, gone.
So you lost the rod and reel?
Yeah.
Oh, no!
No evidence and nothing.
What do you do for a job?
Landscaping.
So you obviously need your licence then?
Yeah, bloody oath.
Yeah.
Young partygoers forget the risk they're taking days after taking MDMA.
Now place the swab under your tongue and leave it there until I give you further instructions. People don't realise how long it stays in their system. They've used some.
For Isaac, fishing for sharks is beginning to look like an easier thrill.
13 brothers and sisters locked up in a house of...
That's what I'm saying. Your guys' advertisements are crazy. Seems like MDMA is a big party drug in Australia. Probably everywhere. I don't think... Honestly, ecstasy... Maybe my friends... or I'm not around people who do it, but I've not met someone or heard of someone doing ecstasy anywhere in the United States. I feel like it's much bigger overseas. Interesting.
Okay, Isaac. Not good news, mate. No. Yeah, it's come up positive to methamphetamine.
21-year-old thrill seeker Isaac crashed down to earth.
Just jump in here, mate. Have a seat.
After testing positive for drugs, now he's facing his secondary test and the chance of losing his licence.
Now place the swab under your tongue and leave it there until I give you further instructions. Yeah, so just push your tongue down on it.
He seems like a fairly friendly young lad. Doesn't seem too fazed by what's going on.
Flip it over.
I'm confident that once he learns what's going to happen afterwards, his demeanour may well change.
Although Isaac's on the wrong side of the law at the moment, Senior Constable Scarce realises they've got something in common.
The scary thing is, I actually remember the day you were born.
Yeah, what happened that day?
I got my licence.
Did you?
Yeah, well, on that exact day.
And he's gonna lose his license today. Oh my God.
Birthday, it's the same as my birthday, just 16 years difference.
Oh,
The day I turned 16, I went and got my license.
Yeah, there you go.
Best day of my life.
Something about being one with the car.
Yeah.
Despite their rapport, it's soon back to business.
You always police officer?
Hang on, 2158, there we go. So what will happen is the sample will get sent off to Forensic Science Centre, analysed, and you'll get a result at the address on your licence.
Do you reckon there'll be lost licence?
I would say so, yes.
How long do you reckon, would you say?
No idea. Let's bear in mind, if you get caught again, you'll have what's called alcohol and drug indicator on your licence.
Oh.
No second chances.
So
you got to go to
every
court.
time you check up my rego from now on,
We'll come up with that, yeah.
Traffic laws don't discriminate between regular or occasional drug use.
There you are, Isaac.
Thank you.
So police are keen to stress it's all seen as driving with drugs in your system.
It's a bit of a wake-up call for him and other people that may have taken a couple of days ago, but if it's still in your system, it's still in your system.
At Holden Hill Police Station, painter and decorator...
I don't know how much I agree with that, though. Like, why is that... If you're not feeling the effects, there's a lot of things that stay in your system, like, after you use them. That's a lot of different things. If you're completely sober and none of the effects are present, why would you not just be subject to a field sobriety test, like physical movements, different things like that, to test if you're actually sober? Like, let me know what you guys think. This is actually an interesting question here. Do you think that's a fair traffic law to treat people who, we'll bring up that for an example, MDMA, we'll say, to treat people who use that like every once in a while and have never driven while actively feeling the effects of it, versus people who always use that, to treat those people the same, like someone who's always high versus... I don't know. I don't think I agree with that. I don't think that's very fair. From a traffic standpoint, maybe, because you want there to be no exceptions, but I don't know. That's interesting.
Tony is polishing off his workday with a secondary breath test.
What time was your first drink?
About 9, I think, 9 o'clock.
Okay. And when did you eat last, and what did you have?
I had a sausage roll at 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
After what he claims was 4 bourbons on an empty stomach, he blew mid-range roadside.
Please blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop.
Bang on 5 years since his last offence, Tony's just got a clean slate. Another mid-range reading now, and he's off the road again.
There's good news and bad news. So your reading for tonight is 0.075. It's still over the legal limit, but instead of losing your license for 6 months, you just get on-the-spot fine tonight.
Right.
And just lose points. You're not allowed to drive for 6 hours, but at least you could go to work tomorrow and not losing your car and your license. All good?
All good.
All right.
Wow.
But look, it was just an oversight by myself, really. I should have maybe not had that extra drink.
So, cab organised, I would just see you out there.
South of the city, there are reports of a suspect driver, and police are on the case. Looking out for a maroon Camry, police soon spot the car.
Right, these guys, up to get them out of the way.
I'm standing right.
Sensing the driver is trying to give them the slip, it's time to get a move on.
Got him. Baltimore Avenue.
Despite pulling into a mate's house, the driver still has to comply with police.
Hang on, mate.
Is there any alcohol or drugs today?
Smoked cones earlier this morning.
Smoked cones earlier this morning? All right, well, let's come over here.
Admitting to smoking cannabis, police still have to clear Franz for alcohol.
Nice steady blow into the straw, and I'll tell you when to stop, okay? And go. And stop. And a fall.
Cool, calm and cornered, Franz has no qualms about his breath test.
It's all zeros. Cool. There's a license, mate. Have you done drug tests before?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, all right. How long ago was the last cone?
Probably 6 or 7 hours ago.
Oh, no worries. You know it's an offence to have it in your system when driving.
Yeah, mate.
Yep. And you're on Ps? Yeah.
P2s, yeah.
P2s. Have you been caught drug driving
A while
before?
ago, yeah.
Yeah? Just cannabis?
Yeah. Oh, no, there was once about 3.5 years ago. Yeah. Weekend out with the boys, had a few drinks, partied a little bit, and yeah, came back in my system. Simple as that.
Just a fine?
Yeah, no, it was just a fine that I got there.
A second offence would mean a date with the magistrate, loss of licence, and a hefty fine.
All right, so grab hold of that there for me.
Bro, it's just like, he's obviously sober, bro. I just think that's so stupid. Just because you have cannabis in your system. Cannabis is like, also think about that as a drug. It's literally being legalized in the United States in so many different places. Like, it's being viewed on the level of like alcohol. So if you're not, that's like saying, did you drink this morning? But you're not drunk now, and they're gonna let you off for that. Like, as long as you blow zeros, like, or the legal limit. You see what I'm saying here? That's where it's just not really, it's not really making sense. I don't know. Let me know if what I'm saying is off, or if I'm missing something that isn't shown in this video about the laws, but that is just way too strict to me. Way too strict. And I'm all for traffic safety and not having anyone impaired on the road. He's obviously not impaired on the road. Like, cannabis stays in your system for a very long time. MDMA stays in your system for a very long time. Like, just because if you...
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so just test for cannabis, methamphetamines, MDMA, which is ecstasy. So you know the deal, but 1 line is negative, 2 lines is positive. All right.
In South Australia, police regard cannabis as leaving the system after 5 or 6 hours.
Licence all good?
Yeah.
With breakfast bongs on board, Franz is borderline.
All right, all good, mate. All negative?
So, mate.
Good to go.
No worries, buddy.
Franz has passed his test by the skin of his teeth.
I thought I swear that would have gone.
Yeah, casual drinker, but yeah, I'm smart about it. Don't drink and drive anyway, due to the fact my mother was killed by drink driving, and so makes me feel hurt in a way. Missed out on something that I wish I could have had, but made me a better person in a sense. Made me the person I am today.
Yo, this guy is way too chill, bro. Way too chill.
Smarter about some of my decisions, at least, I guess.
For low-range drink driving, Tony was fined $673. He accrued 4 demerit points. For driving with drugs in his system, Isaac was fined $673 and lost his licence for a minimum of 3 months. The high-range driver was fined $260 for driving without due care. He was convicted of Category 3 drink driving and fined a total of $1,260. He lost his licence for 12 months. For driving a vehicle with a prescribed concentration of drugs, the apprentice's car and bike licence were cancelled. He was disqualified from driving for 6 months and fined $496.
That was an abrupt ending.
It would mean
Okay, I guess that's the end of this this little RBT spree we went on. I really loved that. It was a great show, and definitely gave me a glimpse of Australia that I would definitely not have seen. A glimpse into the policing, the legislation, the citizens, how people talk, all types of different things. So I really love this show. I'm hoping we can find some more of it somewhere on YouTube, but who knows? Who knows? If you guys have any more episodes of the show, throw them in the comments down below or lead me in the right direction. I'll try and find more, because I really don't want this to be the end of this. This was a great show, and very educational at the same time. Shows a lot about drink driving. I would love it for you guys to spark some dialogue in the comments about some of the questions I raised, about the fairness of some of those laws. You know, the drink driving laws I think are really fair, but the drug testing ones, where the drug is still in your system, but you may not be feeling any of the psychoactive effects, and in any other setting would be deemed sober, yet you still get treated the exact same way as if someone were, actively on that drug. Not sure if I agree with that, but let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. Hit the like button, guys. Hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.